What's up, you guys? This is Shapeshifters. I am your host, Mimi Lace Me, celebrity hairstylist. And today I have with me the one, the only, the animated, one of the top in the game right now, Mr. Money Mitch himself, Mr. Hair Physician himself in the building. What's up?
What's good, my
Book a lick, bitch.
Book a look, bitch.
Okay, period. How you doing, baby?
I'm blessed and I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to
How you
have
doing?
you. I'm doing good, honey. When you walked in the door, you know it got turned up.
Yeah, you know the vibes. You know I tend to bring a little
Period. So now, for those who don't know, break it down for us. Who is Money Mitch? Who is Hair Physician?
Hair physician. I am human. Most importantly, when a lot of people ask me who I am, I always say, it depends on what day. You might see me one day with a fade, looking like a man in a Dickie outfit. The next day, you might see me with a wig on with Rick Owens boots, that type of thing. So, it really depends on what the day it is. But me as a person, I'm just a real ass bitch. Like, I can't fake the funk. Like, rather you like it or not, this is just me. Like, I'm a boss. I'm an entrepreneur, a hairstylist. I'm a child of God. I'm a son. I'm an uncle. I'm a friend. I'm a lot of stuff. So I don't really like to put into a box who I am because every day it kind of changes,
I feel you. I don't want you to put yourself in a box, baby. Because that's what made me love you. I was like, who is this?
And it's crazy because a lot of people be like, what a face set to the name. So that's what made me kind of get back into like.
But baby, when they see the face,
book a look, bitch.
When you see the face, you be like, okay, face. Come with it all the time, right? Okay.
I try to do like my little shout out to my mom and my dad for not,
All right. All right. So, okay, for those who don't know, let us in on your resume.
I work with a lot of influencers, A-list girls. I work with Tamar Braxton. I work with Iggy Azalea. I work with QC artist Lakia. I work with QC artist Glitter Gloss. I work with K Carbon. I work with Saucy Santana. He is also my best friend as well. But when you see his wigs, the girl did them.
Period.
I've worked with JC Wu. I've worked with Chinese Kitty. I've worked with Enchanting. I've worked with Asian Doll. The girl be booked.
The girl be booked.
The girl
be booked.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of amazing names.
Yes, and I think that's what kind of drawed me to you, because I was like, he is such a vibe, right? But your work is impeccable, and the thing that we have in common is the more natural look. I love the natural look, and I love your work on the natural look. You slay the natural look. You had a scalp down, okay?
It kind of was hard though with being in the natural lane, and when I first came into, like getting on the internet and doing the natural thing, I already knew it was a niche that I wanted to just keep to. And it wasn't working at first. And I'm just like, I'm not straying away from what I know. One day, somebody gonna say, hey, this is different. We need this. Don't get me wrong. To my, I got my baby hairs on right now with my little curly hair. Shout out to Hair by Ayana, my sister did her shit. But y'all know I love my no baby hair, my clean look, to me, because I just feel like everyday hair is gorgeous. And before I started working with celebrities, I worked with a lot of everyday people.
Right.
And that's what made my page kind of like pop different, because I used to be up under fire. People used to always be in my comments like, oh, why your girls ain't makeup? Why they body not done? Why this? Why that? And I'm just like, I'm just trying to bring something different. Stay with me.
Right.
And it just, it worked in my favor. And I still, even though I do work with my celebrities and I built a certain reputation for myself, I started my own lane and I stay in my lane. I make people feel like they're comfortable. I don't want nobody to ever be afraid of sitting in my chair. Nobody should ever have to say how many followers I have to have to book you.
Right.
I don't want that.
Oh, man.
I don't want that.
And so, with the generations changing, like we were speaking about earlier with bridging the gap, do you feel like that is really a thing with social media? Like people feel like they have to be of a certain level to book you?
Yes. Definitely, because I still get the questions even though I don't like to get them, but based off of what they see and what I give and my aesthetic, they feel like that. But the new norm now makes people feel like what's really normal is abnormal.
Is abnormal.
And my chair is for what they feel like is abnormal. My everyday clientele, besides my celebrities, and I work with my celebrities all the time, but when I'm not dealing with my celebrities, I deal with housewives, I deal with doctors, I deal with single moms, I deal with college students, you know, I deal with everyday people. And I don't want nobody to ever feel like they can't experience me. And, you know, God gave me a gift to share with others.
Everybody,
in
right.
order for me to reap the things that he had for me, I have to spread my gift with everybody. I can't say I'm gonna share my gift with you, but you,
right?
I don't like yo. I can't do that because I don't know where my blessings is gonna come in at.
Exactly, so. And I feel like we do get that, because I have a lot of people who are from where I'm from. You know, if you didn't know, I'm from Chicago. And they fly in and they want to get their hair done. They like, well, how much is it gonna be? Because I know your prices, and I'm like. My price is my price. It's not catered to one specific. It's just basically my talent.
I ain't gonna say my price is not catered. Well, no, my price is my price. Because even when
my price is my price.
It's seldom that my celebrity girls come to my suite, but if they do, it's that
because
price.
we have to go to them.
But we have to go to them.
Right.
So like I'm coming to you, I gotta pack my stuff. I gotta do all this. Have your change. So but my prices are. I feel like my prices. For regular people are reasonable and believable for what I have to do. I'm not selling myself short because I know what I'm doing, but I'm not like, oh, it's $1 million, because I know it's very realistic.
Do you feel like a lot of people, not even do you feel like, what do you think about people who change their price because a celebrity booked them? They feel like they have to go up in their price just because it's insane, right?
Insane.
I don't like it either.
Insane. I was dealing with so many celebrities and my price is still what they were. When I transitioned and moved to Atlanta, I've been in Atlanta going on 4 years now. My chair used to be swinging. And it took for Uncle Terrence.
Shout out to Terrence Davidson.
It took him to tell me, you humble.
Right.
Too humble.
Lifting prices.
Because I was still on Tallahassee prices.
Exactly.
And, in a college town, college kids are broke. So, I was still doing that. So, I went and I did my research on, like, what's in my area. And I didn't know. I'm just in Atlanta. I just told, like I told my dad, I want to be in the best part. Wherever said, everybody said Buckhead. So I'm like, I need a suite in Buckhead so I could charge whatever because you got to make it make sense.
Exactly.
I can't charge $300 and some and I'm...
Right.
So I just had to make it make sense. And after I made it make sense, a lot of people left, but a lot of people came. And, I'm good. I'm living comfortably. Like, I ain't really...
Okay. Well, so with your dad being here, shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
Right?
It's my heart.
Your heart, right? I remember the day he was coming home, right? When he was at work, he was so happy. Talk to us a little bit about...
Oh, man, give me some tissue, y'all. I'm a cancer.
Talk to us a little bit about that and how that experience with him.
Y'all, can y'all get me some tissue, please? Because I get emotional talking about my parents.
Some tissue, I remember you was so happy, right? And I was like, okay, Daddy coming home.
It just feels like... Still, because it's only been 30 days. My daddy got out on August 1st. So it's been like a little bit over 30 days now. And it still kind of feels weird. My dad is real known. My dad is like the biggest rapper in my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. And my dad is very controversial because he's known. You ain't got to be scared. Because he's known. He's always been in the light. Okay. So I've always had like clout. I've always had, people gonna watch me based off of who my dad was. And when my daddy went to prison, it made all eyes really be on me. Okay. The feeling of him being home now is just like my world has kind of like came back together. My dad got arrested when I was 17. I'm 27 now. 10 years out the door. And the day that he was sentenced, I don't even I was just so like numb in the courtroom. Like I didn't even know what was going on. Like I ain't even really know what was going on. The man just said a number in months. He didn't say 10 years. He said some months.
Right.
But I just heard months, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, right. But then when you realize...
And we left out, and my aunt was crying so bad. I'm just like, well, why everybody crying?
Right.
And my Uncle Trell at the time, he was like, they just gave your daddy 9 years. And I'm just like... And my world changed because anybody know me know I love my parents. That's my safe space. If you go on my page, I rarely post my parents, and I don't I want my parents to ever feel like I'm hiding them. But y'all my safe space.
Keep that private, because
and that's like,
safe space.
Yeah, right. Like that's like really like that's close to me. With my dad being incarcerated, a lot of stuff happened in the midst of me. Transitioning into being a man. I was 17 years old. Literally he came to my graduation. It was like a couple months after my graduation. They gave him his time. It was hard to be who I am and, going through the things that I'm going through. And, like when somebody's in jail, they believe some stuff, but they don't really know. And it take people, to say what's what. But being a black gay man without my dad was real hard because, like, I'm a parent. Like, I love my parents. My mom and my dad is the reason why I do everything. So for my dad to be proud of me, regardless of what I got going on, regardless of, all this, it feels good. But it was like hard to do all this stuff and, have so much stuff going on and he wasn't here. Simply because it's like, that's not the life I really kind of wanted for myself. I felt like, my daddy got the shit end of the stick from, the situation that took place. So with him being home now, like, me and him, we don't really like argue, but sometimes I start like, start being a little confrontational because it's like I really can't grasp the fact that like I can, right. And my dad live in Atlanta now. So it's like,
what's up, Dad?
I can be around you, I can do certain things, and it's like he haven't seen me in my element yet. So for him to be able to just be able to be proud of me, right, is big because it's like everybody don't have it, daddy.
Right.
Especially gay black men. And being that he was able to make it out the jail and still come home to his kids, he always say his main thing was his kids. Right. Like, my kids. So he always used to apologize, like, I let you down. Right. And it's like, God do everything for a reason. I feel like God sat him down, and it was a setup for something so much better because my daddy out of jail now, everybody that he used to ride with under the grave. That could have been my story. So yeah, I got angry at times when I went through certain things and certain situations happened and my dad wasn't physically there to, to be there. But the fact that he's still alive, that means like so much because you guys have so my parents mean so much to me. So I couldn't imagine sitting on the front row of a church and I couldn't imagine that. So at times, I know I make him mad with the things that I say because I get to that point where, I can be a diva. And my dad and them know that, but they're appreciated because you're here. And I still don't really know what to say and I'm messing up my makeup.
That's okay.
Don't really know what to say and how to feel, but it feel good because it's been a long 9 years. And I went through so much depths. My grandmother died in the midst of my dad being there. I went through relationships, figuring out what I was, me coming out to the world and my parents. My mom is amazing. My dad is amazing. I got good parents and it's like, that's seldom. My mom and my daddy ain't supporting me because I'm famous and I done made it. Before this even happened, they like, hey,
supported you, and
And I my dad always had a phone. He out of jail now, so I can tell his business. Y'all, he ain't going back. So he always
gonna come back.
He ain't going back. He always had a phone,
right?
And if he didn't have a phone or if something finna happen to his phone, me and my daddy like best friends, and even when we argue, we'll get into a bad argument and we like go off on each other. He'll tell me how, my dad's a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer.
So shout out to the Scorpios.
You know how Scorpio something else. And
he'll tell me how us, Dad, right?
He'll tell me how he feeling. He's very verbal, and my dad is very emotional.
Okay.
And sensitive. And he know that he's sensitive.
We are sensitive.
So like he gonna speak his mind and like he might what he's learned, he done learn me though. Like he'll wait if he'll wait until like 2-3 days later, but he gonna let me know like, hey, what you did last week at 6:05 p.m. I ain't fuck with it.
Right.
And I love that for him. But being that, him being a black man and him being, who he is in the streets and a man, like a whole man, like, you know, a man, a dangerous man. And to have a son that's so feminine and flamboyant and he's standing beside me like it's us against the world, like that mean a lot because, you know, a lot of people,
and I love
a lot of gays,
guys.
like they don't get that. So it's like, and it play a major
guys.
part. I feel like I'm a bad bitch because I got my daddy.
Okay, well, so, you know, I appreciate you being candid with me about your whole little situation with your dad coming home. Shout out to Dad for being home, right?
Yeah, my dad right there. Y'all put him on camera now.
So tell us, the prescription, where did that come from?
The prescription. So I went to FAMU. And I just knew I was gonna be a pharmacist. I've always had a fascination with medicine. Not taking pills. But I've had a fascination with like medicine, liquid, different type of things. I've just always loved it. And I thought I was gonna be a pharmacist, but God had other plans. I ended up graduating with a business and marketing major, and I'm like, hey, it is what it is. I started being a hair physician. Shout out to the man who gave me that name too. He died a couple years back, but hair physician is still some type of doctor. My mom is a nurse, my sister's a nurse, like my stepmother is a nurse. Like I'm just all around. You know, the medical field is all the way around. I wasn't going to school for all that damn time. I hated the years that I did do, but I did it because they told me I had to. So hey, it is what it is. But when I graduated, I started taking hair serious, and my name was hair physician. And I was brought the opportunity to start my own product. And I already knew then, and I just feel like it was destined for it to happen. This was, I started my product in 22. February 22nd, 2022. Okay. And, you know, 2 months before then, Moneybag Yo had dropped Waukesha.
Okay.
And, you know, Waukesha is like medicine, promethazine.
Right.
And I seen like his little campaign, and it was like the medicine bottles and stuff on the shirts. And when the opportunity was presented to me, Waukesha was all I was listening to, and I was putting on everything, and I was just like, the prescription. I wanted to be a pharmacist. The prescription is something that you're going to have to keep coming back for. You need a dose of whatever it is to keep you going.
Exactly.
So I said, yeah, I'm going to do prescription. And I said I want to do the medicine theme. And, you know, I wanted to keep the, you know, my name is hair physician, the whole medical type thing going on. So, you know, it kind of worked in my favor, and my marketing is amazing.
Your marketing is definitely amazing. Like, you are top tier in marketing. And
I feel like I get that from my daddy being a rapper and all that. Like, watching him and see how my dad always was a boss. Nobody ever tells him what to do. Anytime we ever seen it, if we in the studio, he telling the DJ, he telling the engineer,
everybody
do this, that, take that. I don't like this, move that, take that. From him. So I took that from him, and I'm big on details. So
yeah, you are, and like you put so much into your content, into your brand, into your look, everything, and that's what I love about you, and that's why I'm so honored that you decided to join my first episode of Shapeshifters. So let me ask you this: what's next? Where does hair physician Money Mitch see himself in the next 5 years? Because I feel like I need him to drop a hot 13. How many bars do you drop when you drop? Because I kind of did my little research on you, and I see you got, you know, that freestyle was hitting on something. Can we expect a little record or something?
I ain't gonna say that you not, but right now, my focus is like my brand and hair. I love hair, but music is my first love. My dad is a rapper. That's all I've been around. But yeah, like I love music. Saucy Santana is my best friend, so I live my music life through him.
Right.
So I feel like God do everything for a reason.
But you're talented in that.
Yeah, you know, my best friend like let me be in the areas, and you know, Santana always come to me and be like, Mitch, I said this, you know, like, so you know, I like put my little, you know, put that into my best friend, pour that into him because that's his lane, and I let him do that because I don't have a passion for it anymore.
So next 5 years.
The next 5 years. My business will be a Fortune 500 business in the next 5 years. The next 5 years, I would definitely be from behind a chair. 5 years from now, I'll be 33, going on 35 years old. I'm gonna be winding down then, you know, like coming from behind a chair. I'll probably still be teaching products, you know, that thing. I have it popped off, but I want to be like, shit, on the island in Venezuela somewhere 5 years from now, you know, just counting money and like watching my little brothers and my little sisters and, you know, like giving them, you know, pouring into them, letting them, you know, do whatever it is that they want to do. 5 years from now, I'll definitely be rich as fuck. And, wealthy. And I'll take that back. 5
wealthy,
years. With a camera at 5 years from now, I'll be wealthy as fuck. And you put that on this lace wig, I swear.
Furious, you heard it here first. Yeah. Okay, put it on the lace wig. He gonna be wealthy. Okay, so hair physician. If you had one piece of advice to give to the young up-and-coming hairstylists that are watching you and modeling themselves after you, one piece, what would it be?
You always have to be yourself. What the camera at? This the camera that I'm looking at? Always be yourself. God have a plan for you that you didn't even know you had for you. I always tell people, if you're up, stay humble, because down is always an option. And if you're down, stay hopeful, because up is the only way you can go.
And you heard it here first on Shapeshifters. We shape the culture.
We do.
Thank you.
No problem.
Love you, boo.
I love you too.
All right, and we out.
Period.